Here are 10 things I love about old Chevy pickup trucks.
So the style of an old Chevy truck is what I love. It's a truck that looks like a truck. Got a truck shape, actual functional bed. It is the truckiest, one of the last generations of trucks that actually looks like a truck when you see it versus a car with a little tiny lump in the back. Of course, the Chevrolet 350 V8 is one great thing to love about this. It's a 5.7 liter if you prefer the metric system, and they have made millions and millions of these over the years, and they are just built to literally run forever. So absolutely, a reliable power plant is what you get in one of these old Chevy trucks if you get the big 350 V8. Another thing to love is parts availability and parts pricing. I guess that's two things, but you can get the parts for this just about anywhere. For example, out in the sand dunes, we just go to the nearest town, to the nearest AutoZone or whatever auto parts store they have, and any piece of this, number one, you can find it cheap and they'll have it on the shelf and you can get back rolling real quick, versus if you had a Land Rover or some fancy pants car that wasn't available in AutoZone. And the other thing is, if you don't know how to fix your own truck, every mechanic everywhere will know how to fix it because they've worked on millions of these, because they made millions and millions of these motors. So if something breaks, they'll have the parts available and you'll be able to get back on the road quick, and the parts are cheap. Labor is usually pretty cheap too, and because most everything on this truck is pretty easy and quick to fix.
Another reason to love this truck is the 4x4 capability. It is built to go off-road and handle serious situations with 4 low and 4 high. And lots of ground clearance for a stock truck. This is a stock Z71 1995 pickup truck. You can see you get way more ground clearance than you do on a new Z71.
So get off the road, get out into the rocks, and explore the world in this truck. Even a stock truck like this one has a lot more capability than you might think it has. It's got the good ground clearance, the 4-wheel drive works great, and you can keep up with most people on your basic general off-road trails and have a good time and still get home with nothing broken in one piece. So I think it's the best value in off-roading that you can get is an old Chevy truck with 4x4.
And it's the little things that they built into these old trucks. Like this one has a ventilator right between your legs to create a microclimate for your micro penis. You can turn it on, you can turn it off. Go, if you're Lance Armstrong, you can just put it on your one ball, or you can put it straight ahead. So definitely the perfect temperature for the testicles built into these trucks is one of the 10 best things about it.
Another thing is the street cred. You drive an old Chevy truck, people think you're an actual man, a big, hairy, functional man who knows how to do man things. Every vehicle is an image vehicle if you think about it, and the image of a Chevy truck is that you're a man who can do things. You're tough, you're rugged, you're strong, versus like if you drive a Saab, people think maybe you're an architect, maybe you're good at assembling furniture with limited instructions, but they don't think you're a man, actual he-man, manly man. So definitely the man street cred that you get with a Chevy truck is unlike any other vehicle. And on an old Chevy truck, even the short bed, which this is 6.5 feet long. So there's 6.5 or 8 feet. So you get a bed that's actually a bed that can haul real things. You could even live in there if you needed to, put a cap on it, bug out, and have this be your home away from home.
This truck has real steel bumpers. Why is that important?
Because you can crash into cars with them and nothing happens to your car. This thing also goes scooping into the sand when we're on the sand dunes, so just way better than the fake chrome bumpers or the plastic bumpers that you get on a new truck. Real steel bumper really does make a difference, makes you feel a lot more confident when you're crashing into people. You're not worried about scratching it, and it's just a way better overall look on the truck, as well as being way more rugged than a hunk of plastic with styrofoam inside of it. Overall reliability. These come from an era when things were built to run forever and to be trusted and to take you where you need to go long after you're dead and your children inherit it from you. So even with its problems, you've seen my small problems video, but overall this will still get you where it's going. Something might not work right, but it'll always get you where you need to go. So yes, they built reliability into these old Chevy trucks. One of the other great things about an old Chevy truck, assuming you're buying and not selling, is that they are cheap to buy. So if you were looking for one of these, you'd probably pay half what you would pay for an equivalent Toyota that can do all the same things. Especially if you want a 2-wheel drive, you can find them super cheap. But even the 4x4s, you can find a lot of cheap ones that are still in decent shape or need a little bit of love to get back on the road.
Here's one that's the same year as mine, 4x4 for under $2,000. That's a steal.
So in terms of the most affordable and functional, fun truck off-road vehicle you can get, I think you can't really beat the Chevy truck for the money.
So if you don't already have an old Chevy truck, what are you waiting for? Hit the stop button, go out to Craigslist and get you one.